The dead still lived there. Emily backed away from the window. Her legs felt weak. The words remained on the glass. "I found you." Outside, the storm continued to rage, but the figure was gone. Then came the sound again. A door opening somewhere downstairs. Slow, deliberate. The old hinges groaned through the darkness. Emily's blood turned cold. She was alone in the house. At least, she was supposed to be. Lightning flashed outside. For a brief second, the hallway beyond her bedroom illuminated. Empty. Silent. Then she heard footsteps. 1, 2, 3. Moving slowly across the first floor. Not hiding, not sneaking. Walking openly, as if whoever entered already owned the house. Emily grabbed the flashlight from her nightstand. The beam shook in her trembling hands. The footsteps stopped. Silence. Then another sound. A woman's voice. Soft. Broken. Coming from downstairs. Emily. Her heart nearly stopped. The voice sounded familiar. Painfully familiar, because it belonged to her grandmother. "Emily." The voice came again, weak, crying. "Please help me." Tears instantly filled Emily's eyes. Impossible. Her grandmother was dead. She had buried her herself. Yet the voice continued, calling from somewhere below, begging for help. Against every instinct screaming inside her, Emily opened the bedroom door. The house waited in darkness, and somewhere deep below, her grandmother continued calling her name. The voice led Emily toward the cellar, the same place mentioned repeatedly throughout the diary, the place her grandmother feared most. The basement stairs groaned beneath each step. The air grew colder, heavier. The flashlight flickered. At the bottom of the cellar, she noticed something strange. The stone wall behind the furnace was open, a hidden doorway, one she had never seen before. Beyond it descended another staircase, much older, carved directly into stone. The voice echoed upward. "Emily." This time it sounded closer, desperate. She followed. The stairs seemed endless, deeper and deeper beneath the house, until finally she reached the bottom and froze. An enormous chamber stretched before her. Candles burned everywhere, thousands of them. The walls were covered with portraits, hundreds, perhaps thousands. Every generation of her family, every missing relative, every forgotten ancestor, all staring directly at her, and none of them looked dead. They looked trapped. At the center of the chamber stood a massive clock. Unlike every other clock in the house, this one still moved, tick, tick, tick. The sound echoed throughout the cavern. Beneath the clock stood a woman, Emily's grandmother, or something wearing her face. The old woman slowly lifted her head. Her eyes were black, completely black. Emily stepped backward. "No." The woman smiled sadly. She finally came inside. The room trembled. Candles flickered violently. Then Emily saw movement within the portraits, faces blinking, turning, watching. The trapped souls were alive. Every person who disappeared had never left. The house had absorbed them, their spirits imprisoned forever. And suddenly Emily understood. The house wasn't protecting the family. The family had been feeding it for generations. Every sacrifice, every bargain, every missing person. The house had consumed them all, and now it wanted Emily. A cold wind swept through the chamber. Every candle went out simultaneously. Darkness swallowed everything. Then she appeared, standing beside the giant clock, the hollow woman. For the first time, Emily saw her clearly. Her black dress flowed like living shadow. Her skin was pale as bone. But her eyes contained entire galaxies of darkness. Ancient, endless, hungry. The creature smiled, and every portrait in the room began screaming. Thousands of voices, thousands of trapped souls, begging, crying, praying. The sound was unbearable. Then the hollow woman spoke. The voice seemed to come from everywhere at once. "You belong to me." Emily ran. But the chamber had already begun changing. The walls moved, the corridors twisted. The house itself was waking up. And it was angry, desperate to survive. Emily remembered the missing page from her grandmother's diary. The torn page, the unfinished warning. Searching the chamber frantically, she found an old wooden box hidden beneath the giant clock. Inside was the missing page. The final message. The truth her grandmother had hidden. Emily unfolded it carefully. The words were written in trembling handwriting. If she enters the house, there is only one way to stop her. Emily continued reading. And her face went pale, because the final ritual required a sacrifice, not a stranger, not an enemy, a blood relative, someone from the family line, someone willing to remain trapped forever, so everyone else could go free. Emily realized what her grandmother had been trying to do. The old woman had intended to sacrifice herself, but she died before completing the ritual. Now only one person remained. Emily. And the hollow woman knew it, because behind her, the creature began smiling. To be continued. The giant clock suddenly stopped. 2:17 a.m. For the first time in over a century. Every trapped soul inside the house became silent. Then the hollow woman whispered, "Choose." And the darkness moved toward Emily.